Welcome back. Online trading communities. It's something I find near and dear to my heart. It's an interesting and growing space. They've been on the rise since the pandemic as people are finding value in this place. Not just a place to make informed decisions, but also it's a place that connects traders with brokers and IBs, and it's a whole ecosystem now that's flourishing at the moment. We're going to talk for traders, the benefits of joining a community, brokers, the benefits of creating a community, and how to choose and utilize your trading community, along with safety and security, which is something we were just talking about in the last panel on scams, but it's just a critical part of everything online right now. We have three esteemed panelists here joining me today. I'm very happy to have you. Guys, why don't you introduce yourselves to the audience?
Hello everyone, I'm Faraz and I represent Unicorn Technologies, a sister consultant company of Techie Squad, a leading provider of Forex CRM for the brokers. As the head of business development at Techie Squad, I oversee our sales and marketing operations, ensuring the best strategies to our team members. I also look after our client relationships and communication part. And yeah, I am excited to be a part of this insightful session today and share my insights. Thank you for having me.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is James, and I've been trading since COVID. My original background is in medicine. I graduated with a medical degree from the University of Manchester in 2014, and I was working in a busy emergency medicine department as a doctor, and I was interested in time freedom, and I decided to start traditional businesses with the idea of having more time, but I realized you're just trading your time for money, but still able to be your own boss. I discovered trading in COVID when every other business that I was running was shut down. I loved the fact that you could make money without having to acquire customers. I fully immersed myself in the world of Forex, and a few years down the line decided to set up a trading community in partnership with Vantage Markets.
Hi, good afternoon everyone. My name is Prateek Gautam and I'm the Chief of Business Development Officer with Spectra Global. Spectra Global is again a CFD broker, but we are an STP broker. We provide all the solutions to our clients, including the platforms, the trading materials, the education. We do seminars, webinars. So yeah, the main idea of Spectra Global is to give peace of mind and a very relaxed trading experience to all my clients. And we are at booth number 53. If somebody wants to come over, I'm more than welcome there. Yeah.
Great. You know, I talked a bit about the value of online communities. Sell me on an online community. Why should I, as a trader, be a part of an online community? You know, James, why don't you go ahead?
Yeah, so great question. And I think someone needs to decide their path and their position in the trading world before they join a trading community. And that's going to dictate what type of trading community they join. And you need to decide whether you're someone that just wants to make money from this space or you actually want to be able to learn how to trade. Because there's two different avenues you can take. And if you just want to make money from this space without learning anything, you can look at, you know, copy trading or copy paste trading. That's a different type of community. If you actually want to learn how to trade, then there's other types of communities that are better positioned to do that. But either way, they're a great gateway to getting into this world and into this space.
You know, Prateek, can you tell me what value am I getting out of joining a community? You know, you're always going to see people there just pumping positions. You know, we see this all the time. But, you know, where do you look for value as a trader who's sort of entering that space, and what do I get out of it as a trader?
So when you talk about a word called online, okay, this has entered into the era in 90s, you know. So online trading itself is an ease to all the clients. So let me just give you a very layman example. Let's say you buy gold from a jeweler, right, as an investment, all right? And next day you think that, okay, the gold prices has gone up and you have to sell it, right? You have to again go to the merchant and you have to sell it. By the time you reach there, the prices can drop down to $2. Wherein on online trading, you see the price, you click, money is in your wallet. That kind of an ease. And it's just not with the online trading. You know, when you talk about Instagram, when you talk about Facebook, you know, you're connecting with people so easily, like just a click. You know, wherein if you have to physically visit them, if you have to physically visit and say hello to somebody, you know, that makes your life pretty easy. So this online ecosystem is a very vast ecosystem, and nowadays it's growing every day because there are a lot of fraternities that have entered this ecosystem as a trader, as an affiliate, as technology. So you need to understand what you are getting into, as we were discussing earlier as well. Before, just don't have a mindset before entering into it. You should be educated enough to enter into it. So this is what I say to all my clients, to all the novice people that I come across, that okay, online trading might seem easy, but it is a very learned platform that you need to understand before entering into it.
Faraz, you have a background in crypto, and that is a very online-centric market, and especially during COVID, and even before, during the initial rise of crypto, it was online communities that spread it. What were some of the lessons coming out of that for you and the growth of that?
Okay, so as Prateek mentioned, that if you are new to the trading community and the industry, you just can't make lots of money overnight. You need to do a thorough research. You need to have a deep knowledge about the industry, about the trading world. So you need to be a part of a community that provides you value, as you mentioned, and provides you with all the knowledge that a new trader or a newbie needs in order to make money. So, yeah.
What is the value of a community? Like, what value are you even looking for from a community? Some people, we have a very large community, and some people are just like, like when buy? What do I buy? What do I do? And is that, can there even be any value in something like that?
You can always learn and grow if you join a good community. Let's say, for example, if you're a new trader and you have no idea about the trading world, if you join a good community that's giving you all the education and all the knowledge about the trading thing, you can get a lot of value out of it. So,
yeah, anything to add?
Yeah, so, look, the world that we live in now, I believe that trading can be for everyone, but not everyone is necessarily for trading. And for me, 90% of the value that people can get from an online trading community, especially if it's signals focused, is managing their emotions, deciding whether risking money in the financial market is something that they can do. And trading is 90% risk management, managing your emotions, and just from a simple signal, buy, sell, take profit, stop loss, as soon as they enter that trade, even on a 0.01 order size, they're going to feel that energy. I have live funds in the market. Very quickly, they're going to know, is this something for me? Is it not? And when you take a look at all of the other make money online arenas out there, it's a much higher barrier to entry. It's a much bigger ask. They have to learn a skill. They have to go and acquire customers. There's a lot to do. Someone can join an online trading community 1 hour after this talk. Within an hour, they might get a feel of what it's like to risk money in the financial market.
Yeah, that's like trading psychology is such a critical part of all trading, and I found that as well. You have people, you bounce ideas, you can feel the emotion sort of the room and what other people are feeling. You can honestly, a lot of times the value is in seeing some of the euphoria in a group and knowing that maybe it's time to, everybody is already loaded up and it's time to get away from that. Let's bring it back to the broker side, Prateek. Can anyone trust an online community that's necessarily run by a broker or associated with a broker? And even as a broker, what's the real role there in sort of fostering a healthy community?
For me, being into business development, I believe the service part of any of the broker is the most, for me, I'm personally talking about, is the most valued part. When a client enters into any trade, right, he comes with a fear factor unless and until he has done his risk management properly. The proper proposition through a trader is what all things that we offer. We offer trading platform, we offer trading solutions, we offer CRM. The major and the most important part, where a lot of people misses on, is on the service part. So whenever you deposit money, the first thing before even taking a trade, what comes in your mind? Whether my capital is safe or not, right? That's the first point of contact that you have in mind, whether my capital is safe or secure. right? When a service enters into this segment, you have to make sure, you have to pamper your client in such a way that they should understand that how you have established yourself, what are your roots, and how you are going to project yourself in the market, in the upcoming market. You know, this eases the client's excitement or the nervousness to that level that, okay, now whatever is loss or profit, that's up to the market, but I am safe with this broker. So there are a lot of value propositions that you keep adding, and it's just not a one-day thing that you will add it. Every now and then there will be an issue, because it's a technology world. Some goof-ups will be here and there, but service has to be at the top. That's what I believe in.
Right. I mean, in terms of online communities, what are the things that, we run online communities, and there are challenges. You get spammed, like beyond belief. You have people who are just toxic in online communities. What are some of the challenges and ways that traders can start to navigate that? Because I don't think in terms of technology you can avoid every one of these pitfalls.
Okay, so I think the major challenge that an online community would face is the trust issue. As Prateek mentioned, that if anyone is investing their money, the first thing that obviously would come to their mind is that if their money is safe or not. So yes, the major issue that an online community would face are the trust issues, that if the community is providing me with the correct signals or not, the correct education or not, and if I am investing my money under any platform which the trading community asks me to, or promotes me to, so is that platform trustworthy for my money to be invested in or not? So I think building trust with the community is a very important factor.
James, let's talk about building a community, because you've done this. And I think an interesting part of it is your backstory. You told us a bit of your backstory, and I think that helps people connect. A lot of online, though, is anonymous. And I actually work with people in trading communities that I don't know. I trust them a lot, but I don't really know who they are. What's the line there? And within a community, and even in building a community, do you want to be as transparent as possible, which can be something to make you vulnerable?
Yeah, for sure. And it's interesting following on from the scam topic within that, because it's really important to decipher between what is a scam and what isn't. Because as an end user client, they'll feel like they got scammed if they just simply lost money. For me, a scam is, say you go to sell me this iPad, I end up with an empty box. But clients on the online space, if they lose money even in a legitimate program, they will feel like they've been scammed. So as someone building a community, it's important that you have a face. I think that helps clients to feel a lot more comfortable. There are a huge amount of faceless communities out there, especially in the crypto world. And I understand why they want to be faceless. They want to protect themselves. They want to protect, any assets and people around them. But I think it will really help the clients if they can relate to you. They can see that you're a real person. You're marketing in a way that is not salacious, it's truthful. We have to really protect this space now. There are a lot of influencers post-COVID that have come into this space because they've identified the amount of money that they can make just by being attached with this space. They have no background in trading. They've never done any trading. They're making crazy regulatory claims, and it's actually making it harder for all of us as an industry, because they're promoting, the Dubai Lamborghini lifestyle and look what I made. And the reality is their money was all commission. All of their profit is commission. They've never touched trading. So I think it's up to the client to really have a look at who is the person behind the community. Can I relate and connect with them? Or did they just, go to Dubai, they got their teeth done, they got a Rolex, they got a jet ski and took a picture?
So I would also want to add what James is saying. Okay. So I always make my clients understand in a very layman examples. Okay, let's say you have X amount of money in your bank account with you. Okay, you have to deposit into a bank, right? You will see the credibility of a bank, right? Which bank is old enough? What kind of a lineage that they have? How many years they have been into the market? Why people are not checking when it comes to online trading? So let's say James comes to me and he says, bro, I can make this money to X amount. Okay, show me the data. Show me the back-tested data that you have traded for so long and you have made this kind of money. Okay, I'm okay. If you're talking about 24%, 25%, 30%, 50%, I don't want that. Show me the data of 18%, right? If he has the back-tested data which can be verified, of course, that is the first step that you will take. I'm not asking you to enter immediately, but that is the first step. At least get the data for the people. There are so many channels that you can see around. Follow this, do that. But then I completely ask my clients, use your basic, use your roots that has been created from our forefathers. That trust.
Common sense.
Yeah, but it kind of begs the question, is that really what an online community is for? Are people seeking out you that they just want to copy your trades? Or do you want to find some sort of educational community, a good group of people that you can bounce ideas off, or you're just looking for someone who's really smart to follow, at least for the seed of an idea? Or do you just looking for some sort of collaboration, something in between that? Maybe?
I think that, like I said, a community, for example, a copy and paste signal community, it can help someone enter that world. Then it's up to them to decide, how do they want to progress? Do they want to actually learn how to trade, or do they just want to copy paste signals? But for the person who's running the community, it's really up to them to do their homework on their broker, and they should be forthcoming with their clients and their audience as to why they've chosen this broker. That should be part of their offer, not just the fact that they provide education, signals, a community, a Discord channel, but I've decided to partner with this broker for this reason, because the client's not going to know. The only thing they want to know is, can I do a withdrawal, just like you mentioned. But there's things like slippage, there's things like customer support, there's things like deposit bonuses, there's a ton of other things that they're not going to know.
Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of it comes back to authenticity as well. If you're going to be the face of a community, people have to be able to resonate with you and feel that they know you, or that they understand you, that you're out there, that you're going to be out there, and that you've been around for a long time. What do you think of the idea that people should be looking for, either signals or collaboration or education, and how can you sense that in an online community?
Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, that if you're a newbie, or if you're new to the trading world, education can help you a lot. So like, for example, if I'm a part of a community and I'm new to the trading thing, so I would obviously want to have things like copy trading and education. So I would personally suggest to start with copy trading, because it's like an easy way to get started. And once you know how the things work, and once you have the overview of the market, you can then start your own thing with the education part. Take education from the community, take signals, and then start trading on your own. So I think these two things would be really helpful.
James, you've been able to establish yourself as a community or as a brand. For anyone out there or anyone listening, how would someone go about that, and to sort of start to build the trust? We've done it for a long time at ForexLive, but very slowly, and it's not, building a community actually happened by accident, but for someone setting out to be a part of a community or build themselves within a community and become a voice of authority, how do you think they should go about that? What's the right way?
It's a great question, and I think that for someone to position themselves as an authority in an industry, they have to decide first what type of value can they bring to that marketplace. They have to bring value to the end user that's going to make them want to be a part of the community that they've built, and they have to be consistent. It's going to take time. They need to be as transparent as possible. I think in the information era that we live in now, they have to provide information that's valuable to people, and I think they should be a face. You should put yourself out there, be a little bit vulnerable, but show people you are a real person. I think in this space, people really appreciate transparency. It's nice for them to know that when they're messaging on Telegram, they're getting a real response back, rather than a bot where click start, okay, are you with this broker, press 1, deposit this. So I think that people just need to give that human element, be visible, be present, and provide as much value as they can.
Well, I've seen it though. I mean, I've seen some crazy personalities with huge followings that have no business being in this game at all, especially among young people, especially in the developing world is where I've seen it. Where do you know, is there, like in those communities, is there any value, or how do you avoid, what are some of the red flags that you might see in something like that? And how can people either protect themselves or avoid a community like that?
See, as we already said, we need to check the credibility of the person. We need to understand. So everything has a history. Everything has a history. Even if it's a person, if it's a thing, everything has a history. So checking the credibility of that person who's trying to be an influencer. That is the major thing. When you're talking about that education part, I wanted to add something to that. I always, in all my panel or everywhere, I always use this: learn and then earn. First of all, it's just not about clicking and making money. It's never about doing that. There are a lot of things, as he said. There are slippages, there are swaps, there are spreads that's varying. That you need to understand when the spreads are varying in the night time, or when the swaps are doubled on Wednesday. If you just understand, if I make you sit on my booth and I say, okay, this is the platform, red is to sell, green is to buy, do you really think that you can make money? No, no ways. I have to tell you, you need to understand my understanding. Once you understand that understanding, that is when you should enter the market. It's just, I'll tell you that, okay, I can make you money. The first question that should come from you is how?
Like, what's the process, right?
I think touching on that, there's two key things for me that if I was sitting in the audience and I wanted a truthful review, because the funny thing is I spend most of my time convincing people not to trade because I don't want the headache, because I can see that their expectations are very unrealistic, and I don't want to hear their complaints when their unrealistic expectations didn't get fulfilled. So number one is when someone says turn X amount into X amount, turn 300 to 10K, big red flag. And the second one, I think Faraz touched on it, is actually copy trading. Not copy and paste, but actual copy trading where the client has a completely passive experience. I actually think that's the most inappropriate product for the retail market. That's me being 100% transparent. Because the person offering it has positioned themselves as a professional. I can get 6 to 8% returns. And how many of you guys have heard that? Before you know it, you're 30% drawdown and it's all gone wrong.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I've seen every kind of scam, and it is, I find this collaborative approach is very valuable, and for me, I was very skeptical about online communities, because a lot of times you join a Telegram group, and right away, it's just, especially the crypto ones early on, it was just scam after scam, and all over the internet, it's scam after scam. They're getting more and more sophisticated with AI, but if, the other thing that I think I would look for is smaller communities rather than large communities. If you can find a group of even a few dozen people who are engaged and who are turned on and share somewhat of a philosophy with you, but can also challenge it, it can be valuable. On the other hand, you can have a little bit of value from people just supporting each other in positions. A lot of trading is just about maintaining conviction and getting through the ups and downs of something. Did we see that in crypto early on when it was just, hodl, and it made a lot of people a lot of money? Do you have any thoughts on, the value that you can get out of a community?
So as for the crypto market that you mentioned, it is true that there have been a lot of scams in the past, and there are still a lot of scams going on with the meme coins and everything. So as James and Prateek, they mentioned that, you have to invest under someone who is credible. You need to do your research. So even if there are a lot of influencers on social media trying to sell you a coin, which is not credible at all, which has no history, which has no, credible sources to invest money in. But then people get influenced through the by the influencers online, and then they invest their money under a meme coin or any other coin, and then they get scammed and lose their money. So yes, I would suggest that do your research, do a thorough proper research, and only then invest your money under any platform or any coin or anything.
I think there's definitely some key distinguishing factors between a real community. You know, when you look at what the Reddit bloggers did with GameStop, for example, that was a real community feeling. When you join the majority of, you know, trading communities, the minute you get in, there's zero support. It's very hard for you to talk to anyone, and you realize that it's just a revolving door getting people through. But if you can see that there's faces behind this brand, they're very present, they're with you throughout the trades and throughout, you know, the processes that you're guiding them, then you can feel like this is genuinely a community rather than it's just a revolving door. I triggered 2 lots and then I'm out.
If you see the genuine trading, right? The genuine traders, they don't trade 24/7. The first thing, they'll not trade. They have a marking. They have set a parameter, right? So let's say if within a month they have a parameter of 4%, or let's say a parameter of 6%, right? They will maximum take 1 trade a day. They will reach out. They will be silent. At times, they will inform the people, the copy trader as well, when you talk about them. Today is a tough day, today is a decision day, or today is some big news that's coming in the market. Let's not go with it, let's be quiet today. But people who will say, oh, today we'll see random volatility in the market, let's go, let's spin around. Of course, these people, they have a different aspect behind your account. They have a very different aspect behind your account.
You can see the schedule, but also, I guess on the flip side of that, when is it appropriate to sell your community, to sell them on something? Or when is it appropriate to sort of approach the community that you've built and present a new product? And what's the right way to do that?
It's a very good question. I think you have to do your due diligence. It's happened to me many times. I've looked at an EA, a bot, a copy trader, and I've, with the best intentions, introduced it to a community of people, and they've been hurt by it. And the reason that they respect you is that you were transparent with them. You told them from the beginning, look, I've tried this, I've invested my money into it. And if they can see that you have genuine intentions and you're not trying to get them to over deposit, and you just let them know, I've seen this information, you guys can take a look at this information, I've invested, do your own research, they'll appreciate it a bit more. But at the same time, they have to understand we are in a space where there's risk involved, and there's no guarantees here. That's the reality.
Yeah, I mean, that's good for personal development too, telling people, listen, you've got to push the button here. You've got to make the decision. And it speaks to sort of the value of getting that feedback. And sometimes it's easier to give people feedback online than it is in person and say, hey, listen, you made a terrible decision there. Or you know what, you lost on a good trade idea, but you had a very reasonable basis behind it. You know, it was a good trade, it was a good idea. Of course, your probability was 80%, but you came up with the 20% where it didn't work. So, you know, there's value on that. Guys, last idea, where would you look for a trading community? You know, how do you go about for someone finding there who wants to find good smart traders, aside from ForexLive.com or any of us? You know, there's Twitter, there's so many social networks. Where's a valuable place?
Personally, I think YouTube, because you know, we live in the information era and people go to YouTube to seek information. I think Instagram is all about the materialism, it's all about the lifestyle, it's all about, look at the mansion that I've got, look at the Ferrari that I've got. Whereas YouTube, where, you know, there's just a normal person sat in their bedroom, sharing the screen, going through their chart markups, that's where I think you will find the safest spaces, YouTube.
In fact, LinkedIn also nowadays, people started posting their study, the understanding, the charts, where it started from, how it ended, what is the things that you need to look at. They started mentioning it in bullet points also. So nowadays, education has entered into this segment a lot. You know, in fact, there are LinkedIn influencers also, I would say, nowadays. They started, I know few of them who started from LinkedIn and now they have their trading academies in Dubai.
It's useful because they're less anonymous. You know, it takes a bit of that anonymity away, and LinkedIn bridges the trust.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so as James mentioned, I also think YouTube is the best platform to seek for a trading community. There are a lot of channels who are providing you with the proper education and everything, and they are certified and they, as you mentioned, that on Instagram, it's a lot of show off and everything. So like yeah, YouTube, people on YouTube, they are just being straightforward with you and providing you with all the necessary information that you need to join a trading community.
I think we'll probably end it there, James. I'm going to let you, because in the spirit of authenticity, you didn't tout your own YouTube channel, so I'll give you a chance to do that.
Yeah, mine is just my name. Yeah, YouTube is just my name.
Well,
yeah.
that's wonderful. So check that out, and you can find him there, and you can find all our presenters here at the summit. So thank you very much, guys, and thank you
guys.
Wonderful job, guys.
Thank you, Adam. Really appreciate that. Thank you.